Hi everyone. In this video, I will be explaining the setup or like the inputs for the 2018 to 2019 Junior Division Programming Problem Digit Reassembly. So for this video, I'll just get you guys set up and then you can work on it, think about it on your own. Okay, so problem is, given a number less than 10 to the power of 50, answer various questions about the number. So don't actually worry about this 10 to the 50. It won't actually be that big. Okay, that's too big of a number. So it will be less, like much less than that. Okay, so there will be 5 lines of input, and each will contain a positive integer. So now for each line of input, answer the corresponding question. So for line 1, how many digits are in the number? This is line 1. Oops. This is line 1. For line 2, what is the sum of all the digits in the number? So the sum of all the digits in this number. For line 3, what is the sum of all the digits at the odd locations? So this is line 3. For line 4, how many times does digit 4 appear? And for line 5, what is the middle digit? So you have your input, and then for output, no need to say like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now you can if you want, but you can just print the output, like print 10, print 39, print 16, print 2, print 3. Okay, so the way I would like you to set this up is like this. String line 1 equals, and then we can just copy this, paste it here. String 1, 2 equals. String 3. Now you might be thinking, right? Why can't we use ints for this? Well, let me show you. Say int line 4 is this. This number is actually too big to fit in an integer. Now there are also data types called longs, which are able to hold more digits than ints. But again, this is even too long for a long. Therefore, we must use strings. Now, you also might be thinking, right? Why can't I just put it directly into an array? Well, first, actually, let me finish this. Why can't you put this directly into an array? Here is the issue. In ACSL, you'll be given multiple test cases. So these will be the inputs for one test case, but there will be different inputs for another test case. So basically, I guess it's just easier to put this into a string, right? Instead of separating all of these into their own individual index in an array. Also, this is how ACSL gave us the input, so we should try to keep it this way. Or, as close as possible. Okay. Now, the input as strings. Next step will be to convert each string to a char array. Now, I want you to actually Google how do you convert a string to a char array, and try to find that out on your own, because using the internet is a great way to kind of help yourself of your coding if you get a little stuck or something like that. And yeah, so you can pause the video, search it up, try to implement it. But okay, well, I'm gonna go over it now. I hope you have at least tried to convert this into these strings into a char array on your own. But anyways, let me show you. So also remember to save your code. So it goes like this. Char array, we'll call this maybe we'll call it C1 equals line 1.to char array. Simply like this. Now we want to do this for everything. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 2, 2, 3, 4, 5, 3, 4. Okay. So now we have each string into a char array, sorry. But we would rather work with an int array, right? Because these are numbers and we want to put them in int arrays. Now, the reason why you can also actually do this and keep them as strings, but we have yet to cover string functions and string manipulation, which we'll do next class. So for this time, I just want you to try using an array or arrays to do this, which we already know how to do. So now I have to convert each char array into an int array, and we want to use for loops. So here's how you do it. You have int array, we'll call it num1 equals new int array of size, and you want it to be the same size of line 1. So you say line 1 dot length. And also you want to put actually no, sorry. You want to have the same size as C1, so C1 dot length. Then you do the same thing, except with 2, 3, 4, 5. But we're not done yet. These are empty int arrays right now. So now we need to use for loops to convert these char arrays into, or like kind of put the values into the int arrays. So we say for int I equals 0, I is less than C1 dot length. And it doesn't matter if you use C1 or num1 here, it's the same thing. Because they're the same length, right? And you just say num1 at index I is equal to C1 at index I. But here's an issue, right? If you run this and print it and all that, you will actually not get the correct the result. And it won't be correct. So for example, if the number here is 0, then if the number here is 0, then you'll actually get 48 as the int. And oh yeah, also, I probably should have said this earlier, but two char array basically makes each character in this string into its own separate character inside of an array, its own separate index. So, okay. Anyways, if you have 0 and you say num1 is equal to like a char 0, you'll actually get 48. Why is this? It's because every char value is mapped to an int value, and you can see what is mapped to what using this thing called an ASCII table, ASCII table, and .com. You can do that too. You can see that char 0 is mapped to int 48, or chr des char int, same thing. Char 1 is mapped to decimal 49. Char 2 is mapped to int 50. Char 3 is mapped to decimal or int 51. So if you notice a pattern, basically, to get the right value, you have to subtract 48. Now, well, we just have to do this. You may notice that ACSL, it's just kind of like this, because a lot of times there's not really like a smarter way to do it. Or there is smarter ways to do it, but sometimes you kind of just have to do it this way, where you like essentially brute force it and just copy and paste a bunch of things. That's just the nature of the ACSL contest. That's kind of the type of questions they're asking. And so yeah, this you have to do this kind of thing a lot, just copy and paste. But oops, sorry. But that's just how it is with ACSL. Okay, so now if you print, you can do it like this, right? System.out.print without ln. So it'll just print something. And you print num1 I, and then you just add a space. And then you add a new line. So basically this will all be in one line. Okay, so all of the num1 will be in one line, all of num2 will be in one line, all of num3 will be in one line, all of num4 will be printed in one line. And you don't need these print statements, by the way. These are just to show you how, so you can see that the int array is correct. And I'll just delete these because you don't need them. Now, run this. Yep, I won't print anything. Now I want you to complete the problem on your own. Make sure to save your code. You have a little star up here. That means your code is not saved. Press Control S to save it. And yeah. So good luck on this problem. And that's all from me. Thanks for watching.